What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, I wanted to go over Capital One. I wanted to go over the history of Capital One. And for this video, I'm going to focus on the credit card history, basically. I couldn't really find the dates of all the credit cards. I wanted to break down the timeline, but I could not find it. I don't know why they don't have the release dates of every single credit card, just so I can see the progression of different credit cards that they had. But if you could find it, point me in the right direction. Make sure you comment down below and show me the link. I would definitely like to see that. But I did an extensive search. I could not find anything on it. So if you could find something, you're better at searching for things than me, I guess. But I'm going to get into this in just a second. Before I start, I do want to remind everyone that I do a giveaway every single week. I give away 2 Amazon gift cards at the end of the week. And all you have to do in order to enter that giveaway is just comment on at least one video for the week, like at least one video for the week, and also be subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you do all of those things, then you get 1 ticket in the hat. If you want multiple tickets, then just comment on multiple videos. Also, quickly, I have a storefront down below. Make sure you check that out as well. All my YouTube equipment and, credit card accessories, things like that. But I wanted to get into this. So the history of Capital One. I know I've expressed the fact that I didn't like Capital One in the past. I didn't like the fact that all of my information may have gotten out there with like the whole hack and everything. So I wanted to get into the history of Capital One. And we're going to break down in the beginning the whole history, and then we'll focus more on the credit card area, and then, any opinion that I have, I guess. So Capital One Financial Corporation is a bank holding company specializing in credit cards, auto loans, banking, and savings accounts, headquarters in Virginia. It was ranked 10th on the list of the largest banks in the United States. It has 755 branches, including 30 cafe-style locations, which I really like, 2,000 ATMs. It ranked 98 on the Fortune 500's list, 17th on Fortune's 100 best companies to work for, helped pioneer the massive marketing of credit cards in the 1990s. In 2016, it was the 5th largest credit card issuer by purchase volume after American Express, JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Citigroup. With a market share of 5%, Capital One is also the 2nd largest auto financing company in the United States, following Ally Financial. 75% of the company's revenue were from credit cards, 14% were from consumer banking, and 11% were from commercial banking. So obviously, you know that they operate under 3 divisions. They have credit cards, they have consumer banking, they have commercial banking, and credit cards are the largest portion of that. So this is why I wanted to focus on credit cards when you look at Capital One, because obviously Capital One is known for their credit card. And if you think really otherwise, then you just had a totally different experience than I had growing up, than most people had growing up, because 75% is a huge number. So like I said, we'll just focus on credit cards for this area. So Capital One issues credit cards in the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, and is the 5th largest credit card issuer as of December 31st, 2018. Capital One had $107 billion in credit card loans outstanding in the United States, and $9 billion of credit card loans outstanding in Canada and the United Kingdom, with credit cards in total representing 47% of total loans outstanding. So looking at Capital One as a whole, obviously they're known for their credit cards. They are a really good company, and I know I had my problems in the past, but they give you the things that you want, really. They don't really give you the things that you need. There are other cards that will give you the things that you need, like different spending categories for people that really want to maximize the amount of spend that they have. But they give you what you want, which is cash back on every purchase. But they're more towards the fact that they want you to spend money in all areas, not just what your bills will be, just like all of their cards. If you look at all of their cards across the board, I do not see a single card that will give you normal spending categories. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not see one. So even up to the Venture card, that's not normal that you would spend on hotels and travel, but you do get it on everything. The Quicksilver, you get it on everything. So their cards try to represent everything so that anybody who spends on the card has more of a risk of not paying off the balance, if that makes sense. So that's the way I look at Capital One. On July 27th, 1994, Richmond, Virginia-based Signet Financial Corporation announced the corporate spinoff of its credit card division, Oakstone Financial. Signet renamed it Capital One in 1994, October 1994. At the same time, Capital One was a monoline bank. If you don't know what monoline bank is, it's basically where a revenue comes from a single source or a single product. So in this case, it would be credit cards. So this is something that really caught my eye. Capital One attributed its success as a monoline bank to its data collection to build demographic profiles, allowing it to target personalized offers of credit directly to consumers. So, I mean, obviously you can see that anything you get pre-approved for, they're going to look for you as a person that spends a bunch of money that is new to credit. For someone that has established credit like me, even though I have the Quicksilver card, I would not get any type of offers. Like, let's say my wife has established credit, really good credit, actually, better than mine, probably because she takes more of a break between credit cards. But she wouldn't get an offer for Capital One Quicksilver because they're only looking for people with a lower credit score that can get pre-approved and will spend and basically go into debt and have to pay interest for the rest of their life. That's what they're looking for. And that's something that caught my eye because that's something that I really don't like about Capital One. I understand as a company, you're trying to get the most money out of your credit cards. So that's the way that you do it. But I don't think the economy or the human race would benefit from that tactic. And I understand you want to give people, this is where the fine line comes in. Are you doing good or are you doing bad? Because they're going to say, I want to give these people a chance to use credit cards and obtain credit and build their credit. And that's why we're giving them the card, not because they're lower income and that they have a history of spending a bunch of money. Not because of that. No. It's because we want to help them out. No, you're lying. So Capital One offers cards all across the spectrum. If you really think about it, you look at all of their cards, they offer cards across the spectrum, but like I said before, they're all based on, will you spend a bunch of money, if that makes sense. So let's look at some of the cards. So you do have secured and student cards. You have a Capital One secured card. You also have the Capital One Journey card. So they're looking to stay in that area for any student that's coming up that wants to use a credit card, build their credit. But I don't know. These are more on the spending side. I feel like anything that's a credit builder, and I understand if you want to get rewards from it, but anything that's a credit builder as a student, you really don't have any bills. You just have spending, sporadic spending that you do. So I don't think you should get any rewards with any student card that you get. And I understand that's saying something because I had rewards with my student credit cards, but I think it helps you out more to understand credit if you go with the secured credit card route. But they do have a secured credit card and the Capital One Journey card, the student card. They do have starter cards, which is the Quicksilver cards. They have the Capital One Quicksilver 1, a Capital One Quicksilver card. So you have two different cards there, which will give you rewards. Those are starter cards. Those are cards that you probably actually would be more towards like the keeper cards as well. So those could be starter or keeper because they give you 1.5% cash back. You also have the Capital One Walmart card that just recently came out. Now you can see how this is more in line with spend as you please, and we hope that you carry over a balance, so you have to pay some sort of interest. That card right there. You also have a business card. You have the Capital One Spark cards. You have premium cards, which would be the Capital One Venture cards, and then also the Capital One Saver card. So these cards will give you a lot more and have an annual fee. They may be waived for the first year, but then after that, you'll have an annual fee. So those are more premium cards. So they do offer cards across the spectrum. Now, I like their cards, but I only like a couple of them. I like the Venture card. I would use the Venture card just for like hotel stay and all that. But remember, it's not normal spending. Also, I like the Quicksilver card, which I have, but I don't use as much. But I like it as a starter or keeper card. So they have cards across the spectrum. I really like the fact that they have that. It's not like a Discover cards where they're all across like that same student level, mid or average credit level, average to somewhere in the good credit range, basically that area. I don't like that. So I like the fact that they have cards across the board. So I did want to end this video by going into what happened recently with Capital One, and not all into detail, but just giving you an idea of what actually happened. So you had the hack of Capital One to where millions of information was stolen. So the hack happened on July 19th, 2019, but they waited to announce it until July 29th. So that's a whole deal right there, that they waited just probably to see if they can get a hold on it, and probably to see how many people it affected, I guess. Capital One has offered $125 to anyone whose data was hacked for free credit monitoring for 10 years. This was a good thing. I mean, to give people credit monitoring is a good thing, so I can't say that it's a bad thing for their company. Also, what was taken? So let's look at the stuff that was taken in this credit card hack. So credit scores were taken, balances, zip codes, email addresses, social security numbers, bank account numbers. The hack affected 100 million people in the United States and 6 million in Canada. 140,000 social security numbers were stolen, and 80,000 bank account numbers were stolen. So the people at risk are the people from 2005 all the way to 2019. So it's a large range. I've had 2 credit cards at Capital One in that range. So if you're looking to understand why you may have your information used elsewhere, then that's probably the reason. Now, they said that it didn't, that they're not used, they weren't used for malicious behavior. So, I mean, if they're not used in the wrong way, if they say they're not used, then I guess you have to believe them, but you still want to make sure that all of your information is good, that they didn't sell your information, it's going to be used later, that it's still moving around the black market or something like that, and then eventually it's going to hit a spot to where someone uses it. So you don't want that to happen. But that's the history of Capital One credit cards. I tried to get a little bit more. I didn't want to go into too much detail about where credit cards came from, who was using them. I did want to go through a timeline, but I could not get it. So make sure if you have that timeline to let me know down below, comment down below. But I wanted to make a quick video about Capital One, just to talk about them in a negative and a positive way in some areas. So I'm okay with Capital One. So that's my video. Hopefully you like it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. If you didn't, still make sure you hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Seriously, it does. It boosts my video up to the top. So as it gets ranked, it will boost it up. So thank you to everybody who watched. But hit the like button. Also subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what you think of the video. If that I should have added some more stuff. I didn't want to go too far into detail because I didn't want to make this just a whole 30-minute video that's just way too long. Done that in the past, and it's just way too long to edit and way too long to do. So yeah, but like I said, hit the like button. Remember that I do a giveaway every single week. I give away 2 Amazon gift cards at the end of the week, and all you have to do in order to enter that giveaway is just comment on at least one video for the week, like at least one video for the week, and also be subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you do all of those things, then you get 1 ticket in the hat. If you want multiple tickets, then just comment and like on multiple videos. That only helps you out, and it helps me out, because you get great content, you get a good chance to win a gift card, and I obviously get the view and the like out of it, so I really appreciate it. But that's it, and I'm gonna have to get out of here, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.